The Amagi. We are back with another speedrunning video. This time we are going to try our darndest to get through Naruto Shippuden as fast as humanly possible. That means every plot point in rapid succession. I don't want to spend too much time on this intro, so let's get right into it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Kazekage Rescue Mission. To prepare for the eventual confrontation with both Akatsuki and Orochimaru, Naruto left the village and underwent intensive training under Jiraiya. At the same time, Sakura became Tsunade's apprentice, and Sasuke trained under Orochimaru. Thus, the three members of the original Team 7 were now training individually under each of the legendary Sannin. When Naruto returned to the village 2.5 years later, he was reacquainted with his friends, who had all risen in rank in his absence. Most of his comrades had since become Chunin, Kankuro and Temari became Jonin, as well as Neji. Gaara had even become the 5th Kazekage. Meanwhile, Naruto is the only Genin left, aside from Sasuke, who never became a Chunin because of his leaving the village and becoming a missing nin. Jiraiya left Naruto with Kakashi Hatake, and along with Sakura, the three of them became a new team. To commemorate the event, they conducted another bell test, with Naruto and Sakura succeeding by attempting to reveal the ending of Icha tactics, forcing Kakashi to close his eyes, because his Sharingan could read Naruto's lips, and block his ears. When he opened his eyes, he realized that Naruto and Sakura were holding the bells. In Tsunagakure, the Akatsuki duo of Deidara and Sasori made their way to the village in search of Gaara. Deidara went off to fight Gaara alone while Sasori guarded the entrance. Gaara intercepted Deidara during the battle and managed to crush one of Deidara's arms using his sand-binding coffin. Despite his improved ability, Gaara's newfound desire to defend Tsunagakure proved to be his downfall. When Deidara tried to destroy the village with his explosive clay, Gaara absorbed the blast by levitating the sand below. A direct attack by Deidara forced him to recall the sand, which crushed Deidara's arm, which contained a small portion of explosive clay within. The clay then detonated, incapacitating Gaara. After Deidara departed with Gaara, Kankuro attempted to stop the Akatsuki members alone, but his puppets were easily fought off and destroyed by Sasori, who was revealed to be the maker of Kankuro's puppets. Sasori poisoned Kankuro in the process, leaving him to die. The Akatsuki duo took Gaara back to their lair, where their leader summoned a giant statue to extract and seal Gaara's demon. The sealing ritual took 3 days. Upon hearing of Gaara's kidnapping, Team Kakashi left for Tsunagakure. On the way, they were met with and joined by Temari, who was on her way back from being Suna's representative at the Chunin exams in Konoha. On their way, Naruto told Sakura and Temari that he is the host from the Nine-Tailed Demon Fox and that Akatsuki are after the demon inside Gaara. After learning this, Sakura vowed to do everything she could to protect Naruto from being a victim of Akatsuki. Temari was thankful that there was finally someone who could understand Gaara, and grateful to Naruto for changing Gaara and attempting to save him. After arriving at Tsunagakure, Team Kakashi learned of the attack on Kankuro. Despite the failed attempts by the medics on hand, Sakura cured Kankuro, thus demonstrating her skill with medical techniques. Sakura also developed several portable antidotes rather quickly. Using a piece of Sasori's clothing found on one of Kankuro's destroyed puppets, Team Kakashi was able to track him, thus leading him to Gaara. Temari offered to assist them, but Chiyo, another puppeteer and Sasori's grandmother, went in her place. Back in Konoha, Tsunade decided to send team guys back up for Team Kakashi. While Team Kakashi tracked Sasori through the piece of clothing, the Akatsuki leader sent Itachi Uchiha and Kisame Hoshigaki to deal with Team Kakashi and the approaching Team Guy, respectively. In a forest, Kakashi and Naruto were able to defeat Itachi after some effort using one of Kakashi's clones and Naruto's new Big Ball Rasengan. Meanwhile, Team Guy was largely disabled by Kisame, leaving Guy himself to fight Kisame alone. Guy emerged victorious by opening 6 of the 8 chakra gates to perform his Morning Peacock technique, which allowed him to pummel Kisame to death. However, both Akatsuki members were actually revealed to be entirely different people in disguise. They were made into weaker copies of those who they were impersonating through the leader's shape-shifting technique. Despite their victories, the two teams realized their battles were distractions to buy time for Akatsuki to extract Shukaku from Gaara, which would kill him if they completed. At the Akatsuki hideout, a barrier was blocking the entrance. Directed by Kakashi, Team Guy removed the 4 seals maintaining the barrier, but a failsafe created clones of them as a further distraction. Ultimately, the many delaying tactics employed by Akatsuki are successful as Naruto, Kakashi, Sakura, and Chiyo found Deidara and Sasori guarding Gaara's lifeless body. This led to Naruto entering Tail Beast state rage upon seeing Deidara sitting on the Kazekage's corpse. While Chiyo and Sakura fought Sasori, Deidara flew up on a clay bird with Gaara's body with Naruto and Kakashi in pursuit. Although Sasori wore his puppet and controlled from the inside, this technique of puppeteer fighting soon proved to be futile against Sakura and Chiyo. By controlling Sakura like a puppet, Chiyo was able to get Sakura close enough to demolish the puppet with one punch. With his first puppet destroyed, Sasori is revealed, looking just as young as he did when he left the village. He summoned another puppet to continue the battle, the 3rd Kazekage. It is here that Sasori reveals that he not only killed the 3rd Kazekage, but actually made his body into a puppet. Likewise, he has done the same to 297 other people, and planned to do the same with Sakura and Chiyo after winning. With its unique iron sand ability mixed with Sasori's poison, the Kazekage puppet is exceptionally dangerous. Chiyo summoned 2 more puppets to fight against it. These puppets were puppet versions of Sasori's parents, which he had made to remind him of them after they were killed by Sakuma Hatake early in his childhood. The puppets were left with the village when Sasori deserted it. Using the iron sand and poison, the Kazekage puppet was a tough fight for Sakura and Chiyo. However, the antidotes Sakura had developed before departing from Tsunagakure allowed them to continue the fight. Having been trained by Tsunade to pick up the enemy's attack patterns, Sakura was able to easily dodge Sasori's subsequent attacks and demolish Kazekage puppet. Down another puppet, Sasori revealed the secret of his youth. He had made himself into a puppet. In response, Chiyo used White Secret Technique, the Chikamatsu collection of 10 puppets, to summon Monzaemon Chikamatsu's 10 masterpiece puppets. To mock the display, Sasori used his Red Secret Technique, performance of 100 puppets, to summon 100 of his human puppets. During the fight between these puppets, Sakura used a chakra-sealing orb on Sasori. Though it appeared successful at first, Sasori revealed another ability he had. As a puppet, Sasori did not only have numerous weapons to fight with, he could also reassemble himself when destroyed, making him seem impossible to defeat. However, it was revealed that the only part of him that remained alive and thus able to use chakra was his heart, which contained a talisman labeled Sasori. literally meaning scorpion. When trapped in a seal performed before of Chikamatsu's puppets, Chiyo used the mother and father puppets to stab through his heart. In spite of the victory, Chiyo believed that Sasori allowed himself to be killed. He saw the attack coming and chose not to react, and died in a way similar to how his parents used to embrace him. At the end of the battle, Chiyo, Sasori, and Sakura were all fatally wounded, but Chiyo used a technique she originally developed for Sasori to save Sakura's life. The technique uses the user's own life energy, making it fatal to use to animate a puppet or reanimate the deceased, but Chiyo survived since Sakura was still alive. Sasori's last words, as a reward to Sakura for defeating him, were that he had a spy in Orochimaru's ranks, whom he was supposed to meet in Kusagakure 10 days later. During the time of the fight with Sasori, Naruto and Kakashi were chasing after Deidara. Kakashi activated his own version of the Mangekyo Sharingan and aimed to use it to take Deidara's head. However, it was difficult to aim, and all he managed to remove was his arm. Deidara tried to retreat, but Naruto destroyed his clay bird with Rasengan and retrieved Gaara's body. Enraged and powered by the Nine-Tails powers, Naruto seemed to be defeating Deidara with Rasengan, but it turned out to be a clay clone. Still enraged, Naruto started to appear feral as he transformed into his two-tailed form. Kakashi recognized the bad sign and used a seal tag he'd received from Jiraiya to stop the transformation from proceeding any further. Naruto subsequently reverted back to his normal form. As the rest of Team Kakashi and Team Guy caught up with Naruto and Kakashi, Deidara found himself unable to escape. He swallowed some clay, turning himself into a human bomb. Neji saw this and tells everyone to get away. Deidara then swelled up and detonated. As the dust settled, Kakashi collapsed from exhaustion, explaining that when he used his Mangekyo Sharingan to send the explosion to another dimension. With Naruto carrying Gaara's body, the two teams headed back to Tsunagakure. Stopping in a grassy field near the village, Sakura checked on Gaara and pronounced him dead, making Naruto very upset. Chiyo moved towards Gaara and tried to use her reincarnation technique, but didn't have enough life force to bring Gaara back to life. Naruto gladly lent his own chakra, and Chiyo was able to revive Gaara at the cost of her own life while the shinobi of Tsuna watched. Back at the battleground, Deidara emerged from the ground, revealing that it was his clone that destroyed itself. He went off looking for the right arm that he lost. After finding it, he encountered Zetsu and Tobi, a mysterious individual who wished to take Sasori's place in Akatsuki. Tobi's carefree attitude about Deidara's condition angered Deidara, and he attempted to strangle Tobi in a comical fashion with his feet after one too many callous remarks. After paying their respects to Chiyo and bidding Gaara and his siblings farewell, the Konoha shinobi returned home. Naruto stated that these situations were always a bit awkward right before Gaara extends his hand to him in gratitude. Not too sure how to react, a small trail of sand wraps itself around Naruto's hand and brings it to Gaara's. As the Konoha nin prepared to leave, Kakashi was still exhausted from his overuse of the Mangekyo Sharingan and had to be carried by Guy. Guy does so piggyback style as he found it easier to carry him for an extended period of time, disturbing everyone present except Lee, who remarked that Guy was training. Lee then proceeded to offer to carry Neji, who bluntly refused. Tenchi Bridge Reconnaissance Mission. Upon arriving at Konoha, Kakashi was confined to the hospital, making him unable to lead the team for a while. While reporting to Tsunade, they informed her about the meeting with Sasori's spy in 10 days. In order to be able to go, Naruto needed to find a replacement for Sasuke. While searching, Naruto was attacked by his third man before actually learning who he was. The ninja, later introduced as Sai, had attacked to test Naruto's power, since he had been sent by Danzo to replace Sasuke. Sai is a member of the now defunct independent subdivision of Handbook called the Root. It is also discovered that some of the village elders were worried about the possibility of Naruto being captured by Akatsuki. Tsunade convinced him to let him go by summoning Yamato, an Anbu captain, as the temporary leader of Team Kakashi, under the codename Yamato. They were to travel to the Tenchi Bridge in Kusagakure to meet Sasori's spy. Team Kakashi took on their new mission, and a great amount of tension began to build in the team, especially between Naruto and Sai. Naruto disliked Sai since their interactions were similar to those between himself and Sasuke in the beginning of the series. Making matters worse, Sai nonchalantly mentioned Sasuke's treachery, greatly irritating both of his teammates to the point that Sakura punched him in the face. Yamato, disguised as Sasori, went to meet the spy. The spy was revealed to be coupled to Yakushi, but the technique binding him to Sasori had been dispelled long ago. Orochimaru appeared and Kabuto attacked Yamato, destroying the disguise. Orochimaru revealed that he had performed experiments on Yamato and 59 other children, giving him the first Hokage's DNA in an attempt to replicate his wood-released Kekkei Genkai. Yamato was the only survivor. Orochimaru then called out the rest of Yamato's team and taunted Naruto by speculating who was now stronger, Naruto or Sasuke. Naruto, provoked by the mere mention of Sasuke's name, transformed first into his three-tailed fox state and then into the four-tailed state shortly thereafter. It is then revealed that during the time skip while training with Jiraiya, Naruto entered a four-tailed state due to his frustration. The berserk Naruto went on a rampage, destroying everything in sight while Jiraiya was nearly killed by it before managing to stop it. The Nine-Tails chakra becomes so intense that it simultaneously burns Naruto's skin and rapidly heals the burnt tissue. This speeds up cell division dramatically, decreasing Naruto's overall lifespan. In his four-tailed state, Naruto fought Orochimaru to a draw. In the end, Orochimaru was only able to throw Naruto back to the bridge. Naruto was unable to distinguish friend from foe and attacked Sakura, which tried to calm him down. Yamato finally got close enough to use the Hokage-style 60-year-old technique, Cock 1 entering society with Bliss-bringing hands technique, to revert Naruto back to human form. With Naruto's transformation reversed, Sakura used her medical skills to heal Naruto's severe injuries, still suffering herself from previous injury. Meanwhile, Sai revealed to Orochimaru that he was a messenger from Danzo. Sai, Orochimaru, and Kabuto left to a secret hideout. Yamato watched the encounter with a wood clone and pursued Sai. Yamato wasn't fooled when he found a decoy disguised as Sai's corpse. Naruto woke up to find Sakura injured and the surrounding landscape destroyed. Yamato stepped in to inform Naruto about the real cause of the destruction when Sakura hesitated to tell Naruto the real cause of her injury. In addition, Yamato told Naruto that the only way to save Sasuke and protect the village was to rely on his own chakra, not that of the Nine-Tails. Meanwhile, Sakura went through Sai's belongings and found his art book. The sketchbook contained drawings of Sai and what the team assumed was his older brother growing up and going through a gauntlet of enemies. On each subsequent page, Sai took the weapons and armor of his previous opponent, as did his presumed brother from the other side of the book. The center pages where the two brothers were supposed to meet were unfinished. Sai's face was incomplete and his brother's picture was missing. At Orochimaru's hideout, Yamato revealed that he was able to track Sai through a special plant seed he'd hidden in his meal the night before, which responded to an increase in chakra, leading Yamato to him. He gave Naruto and Sakura similar seeds to make sure he could find them if they were separated while infiltrating Orochimaru's base. Once inside, Yamato led the team to a room where Sai was being kept hostage. Sai tried to lie about his mission, but an accidental smile allowed Naruto to call his bluff. Sai then stated that his mission was a failure and confirmed that Danzo was indeed planning another strike at Konoha. However, he was also acting as a spy for Danzo, since Danzo knew that as soon as Konoha was destroyed, Orochimaru would turn on him. Team Kakashi captured him and bound him outside of the base with Yamato's wood release technique. Sai questioned why Naruto was willing to go so far as to rescue Sasuke, saying that Sasuke didn't see Naruto as a brother and that Orochimaru was too powerful for them. Naruto replied that he and Sasuke had a special bond and that he would fight Orochimaru with everything he had to get Sasuke back, even if it meant sacrificing his own life. At this point, Kabuto showed up and freed Sai, but Sai shocked everyone by helping Yamato immobilize Kabuto. Kabuto was forthcoming, providing information about the interior of the lair, but not about Sasuke's actual location. Team Kakashi split up to search for Sasuke, with Naruto teaming with Sai and Sakura with Yamato. Naruto, still tired from his injuries, collapsed, and Sai suggested taking a rest. Naruto was notably less hostile towards Sai at this point. Sai began to talk about his brother, who had resembled Naruto. The short chat soon ended as Orochimaru appeared. Naruto told Sai to find Sasuke while he held out for Orochimaru. As Yamato and Sakura arrived to back Naruto up, Orochimaru again mentioned that he did not wish to kill them since both parties opposed Akatsuki. Orochimaru then left in order to locate Sai. Yamato found a bingo book, a list of people who were marked for assassination, in Sai's bag, with Sasuke's name in it. Naruto and Sakura realized that another part of Sai's mission was to kill Sasuke, who had been listed as an enemy of Konoha by Danzo. Naruto was speechless, realizing that Sai had duped him with his fake smiling act. Sai managed to find Sasuke in his room and woke him up. Sasuke, angry at Sai's mention of bonds, blew up the room. Sakura spotted Sai in the hallway and ran to him. Although she meant to attack Sai, Sasuke quietly said Sakura's name, stopping her in her tracks. Naruto, in his weakened state, finally caught up, coming face to face with Sasuke again. As Sasuke observed the new Team Kakashi, Sai explained to Naruto and Sakura that his desire to protect the bond between Naruto and Sasuke had overridden his mission that Danzo had given to him. Sasuke replied that he had broken his bond of friendship with Naruto and that the only bond he had left was a bond of hatred with his brother. As both Sai and Yamato moved to try and protect Naruto, Sasuke used his Chidori Current, which projected electricity around his body and his new Kusanagi to repel them. He managed to stun Naruto and Sai and then wounded Yamato. As Sasuke fought Yamato, Naruto underwent a partial initial Jinchuriki transformation. In Naruto's mind, the imprisoned Ninetales implored him to release his seal. When Naruto refused, the demon scoffed, saying that Naruto would always come to it in times of need, and that Naruto was worthless without its power. Suddenly, Sasuke appeared in front of the Ninetales, stunning them both. Sasuke marveled at the source of Naruto's power. As Sasuke began to push the Ninetales back into his cage, the Ninetales then remembered his past history with the Uchiha clan. It stated that Sasuke possesses chakra even more evil than its own, and that he is just like Madara Uchiha. The Ninetales also warned Sasuke not to kill Naruto, stating he would regret it. Outside of Naruto's mind, Yamato pushed the sword out of his wound and tried to trap Sasuke in a wooden prison. Sasuke blew a hole through the roof of the prison just to escape. Naruto yelled out to Sasuke that Orochimaru just wanted to use him as the next container for his soul, but Sasuke replied that he didn't care as long as they helped to kill Itachi. Yamato then told Naruto and Sakura that he didn't want to hurt Sasuke in front of them, but he had no choice and would finish the confrontation. Sasuke planned to do the same, but Orochimaru returned just in time to stop Sasuke from performing a certain technique. Kabuto told Sasuke to leave the Konoha shinobi alive so they might continue to oppose Akatsuki. Sasuke told Kabuto that was a poor excuse not to kill Naruto, but left with him anyway. Naruto was upset by the meeting and by how weak he was in comparison to Sasuke, but Sakura and Sai both assured him that they helped bring Sasuke back. The team reported back to Konoha, during which Naruto told Tsunade they had not given up and that they would continue. Pleased by this response, Tsunade assigned the team a new mission. Sai reported to Danzo, who was displeased that Sai had failed his mission. Sai asked to remain with Team Kakashi, and Danzo warned Sai that developing emotions would only lead to hatred and conflicts, giving Sasuke as an example. Sai had flashbacks of recent events, pondered his own feelings, and realized that now he had friends. He headed off with Naruto, Sakura, and Yamato to begin their mission. In the end, Naruto looks at the old picture of Team 7 and remembers how the picture was taken. Sakura and Kakashi smiling, him and Sasuke arguing. 12 Guardian Ninja. Naruto's been having nightmares about the release of the Nine-Tailed Demon Fox's power. Meanwhile, Sai reads a book at the Konoha library until Sakura sees him and comments to herself about him having a human side. She invites Sai to come with her and Naruto to meet Kakashi. Before leaving, he talks to Sakura and Naruto about friendship, and he nicknames Sakura Ugly, causing her to pummel the two. Afterward, Kakashi informs Naruto that he has special training that will make him very strong quickly. They're cut off by Team 10 who have come to visit. Sai lunches with them and try to make friends. He angers Sakura by calling Ino beautiful after concluding that women do not like to hear how they really are, and it would be best to say the opposite of what he truly thought. Kakashi was released from the hospital and promptly began Naruto's training program. Naruto learned that he has wind-style chakra. Yamato helped by setting up the training field with a special technique. Naruto also learned that he can use his multiple shadow clone technique to speed up his training, since whatever the clones learn, the original user learns upon the clone's dispersal. Naruto and his massive clones each took a leaf and attempted to slice it in half with wind chakra. As the first step to creating his new technique, Naruto and his clones continue to work on chakra nature manipulation by slicing leaves. After some struggling, Naruto approaches Asuma, who is also a wind type, for advice, after which Naruto is subsequently able to slice the leaf in half. Asuma and Yamato then head out with their teams on new missions. It is revealed that Asuma is the third Hokage's son and that he's in a relationship with Kurenai. Meanwhile, on a hill overlooking a burnt village, 4 cloaked figures discuss the awakening of the Land of Fire by eliminating Konoha. Naruto, Sakura, Sai, and Yamato head for a new mission near the Fire Temple. When the other party fails to show up at the rendezvous point, the team gets separated and Naruto stumbles upon one of the 4 hidden tombs they'd come to protect. Due to a misunderstanding, he fights one of the monks in training from the Fire Temple, Sora, who uses wind chakra-based techniques. After the confusion, the monks and Team Kakashi travel to the Fire Temple and Naruto recognizes it from his nightmare. The temple monks explain that the tombs hold the loyal bodyguards of the Fire Daimyo. Naruto observes Sora sparring with other monks and becomes offended upon realizing he's holding back. Naruto challenges Sora, but just as the matter is about to get serious, another monk stops him. Naruto realizes Sora is despised by the other monks as he was himself and wishes to befriend him. Naruto visits Sora again and observes him practicing his wind technique in earnest, hoping to get strong enough to avenge his father. They later return to the temple to receive news that another tomb has been robbed. Tsunade suspected that Danzo was plotting something and ordered an investigation of him. Team Kakashi, Chiriku, and Sora noticed the coffins moving on their own but failed to intercept them. The coffins emerged on a cliff where the leader of the enemy ninja ordered his subordinates to deal with their foes. The ninjas turned the area into a maze of rocky canyons and pits full of deadly traps. The team members were separated from each other and began facing off against the enemy separately. Yamato speculated that the ninja might have orchestrated the theft in order to target someone on the team. Team Kakashi begins facing off against the enemy Shinobi. Yamato eludes his opponent, Fudo, by faking his death. Sora, unwilling to look for Naruto, goes off on his own. Back in Konoha, Danzo reveals that he is aware that he's being watched by Tsunade's Anbu. Naruto fights Fuka, whose kiss is fatal, and shows her ability to use earth, water, fire, and lightning techniques. Sai manages to escape from his attacker, Fuon, and later saves Sakura from an enormous spider, becoming injured in the process. Sora then hits upon the enemy leader, Furido, and it's revealed that he is the group's target. Furido taunts Sora until he unleashes his true powers, before informing Sora that he's planning to use the 4 corpses to save the Land of Fire. Naruto continues his fight with Fuka and learns that she can use all 5 basic elements. Fuka manages to kiss Naruto and begins draining his chakra. Realizing that Naruto's in trouble from extrasensory perception, Sora rushes to rescue him. Sakura, Sai, and Yamato arrive to help, but are trapped by Fudo and Fuen. Fuka drains Naruto's chakra until she begins drawing on the chakra of the Nine Tails, which is too unnatural for her to successfully absorb. The enemy then retreats when Chiriku brings reinforcements. Asuma's team returns from his mission. Team Kakashi returns to Konoha as well, with Sora replacing Sai in the team. Naruto tries to show Sora around Konoha, but Sora goes his own way. Sora's insults precipitate a brawl with Hiba and Choji, with Naruto and Rock Lee joining in. Shikamaru and Asuma stop the fight. Later, Asuma tells Sora he knew Sora's father, who is revealed to be one of the guardians involved in the coup attempt. He also shows Sora his chakra blade attack. Furido and the other body snatchers begin their attack on the Kohaku clan. Asuma supervises Naruto and Sora's wind chakra training, and notices that Sora, like Naruto, has a very powerful chakra. Tsunade and Yamato learn from Chiriku that Sora was inadvertently responsible for an incident in which the fire temple was destroyed. Later, Asuma gives Sora a claw made from the same materials as the chakra blades. It's revealed that Asuma killed Sora's father, Kazuma, who had planned to kill the Hokage. Furido then approaches Sora, telling him that Asuma is responsible for his father's death, passing in 2 king pieces of Mishogi set from Asuma. Danzo mysteriously disappears. Naruto approaches the furious Sora in the training grounds, who easily throws a chakra-powered kunai through a tree and destroys the stone behind it. Danzo is brought in for questioning after being caught meeting with a young raid ninja named Tatsuji. Sora confronts Asuma upon being spotted by Yugao Uzuki and another Anbu. Sora is then turned into Tsunade by Yugao and another Anbu member. Asuma admits to having killed Kazuma. He attempts to attack Asuma, his arm once again assuming a demonic form, however attacking Yugao and the other Anbu who tried to get in his way, trying to stop Sora. Afterward, Naruto gets injured while shielding Sora from the attacks of an unknown individual, presumably from Root. Furido then approaches Sora, telling him to kill both Asuma and the Hokage to avenge his father. Later on, Naruto catches Sora going after Tsunade. Sora retreats as Shizune and a few of the ninja arrive, but Naruto pursues him. At that moment, a mysterious lightning storm strikes, cutting off power to the entire village. With Konoha in complete darkness, the village struggles to defend against the 4 attackers who have sealed the entire village behind a barrier. The entire village is in a state of emergency. Asuma, commanded by Tsunade to follow Sora and Naruto, finally catches up to them. Asuma realizes that the 4 invaders plan to annihilate the entire village using the lightning powers of the corpses that they stole. The revelation shocks Sora. As Asuma leaves to hold off the attackers, he instructs Naruto to continue pursuing Sora. Konoha's ninja fought off the revived zombie members of the Kohaku clan. The 4 guardian ninja, Saito, To, Nama, and Kitane, were also revived. Asuma realized that they're planning to use Limelight, a technique in which the 4 would create a lightning blast powerful enough to destroy Konoha. Asuma sent Sakura and Yamato after the other 3 while he remained to battle Kitane. But Fuon tackled Sakura and Fudo began to fight Yamato. Meanwhile, Naruto caught up with Sora, but Sora ran off in search of Furido. Naruto tried to pursue him but was soon assailed by Fuka. Soon after, Sora reached Furido, who admitted that he had planned to destroy Konoha all along. Naruto deduces that Fuka's secret consists of switching bodies to use each corresponding element and that her hair preserves her youth and body. Naruto damages her hair as it takes a life of its own, dispensing the body, but Naruto finally kills it with her Sengon. Meanwhile, Asuma manages to break free of the electric barrier, catches up with Kitane, and defeats him in a short fight. Realizing that Kitane is no more and his other 3 companions were killed, Furido causes the other 3 ninja guardians to disappear, but Furido has a backup plan. Sora. He releases Sora's seals and tells him the truth. Sora is a pseudo Jinchuriki. The chakra that leaked from the 9-tailed fox when it attacked Konoha 15.5 years ago was harvested and planted into Sora. Just then, Asuma arrives at the scene with Naruto. Asuma recognizes Furido and realizes that it's Kazuma, Sora's father. Yamato, Sakura, Kiba, Lee, Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru also show up. Enraged, Sora wants to destroy everything and turns into a 3-tailed form of the demon fox. However, Yamato is unable to restrain him because he doesn't have the first necklace on him. The chakra of the 9 tails rages out of control within Sora, preventing Naruto and the others from subduing him. Asuma and Kazuma resume their old battle. Naruto is repeatedly knocked down in his attempts to restrain Sora, but the chakra seeps into him and transforms him as well. Yamato was unable to suppress the 9 tails chakra in both Jinchuriki, being prevented by an unknown outside force. Sora's 4th tail emerges, causing the 9 tails cloak to envelop his body. He temporarily gains his own consciousness when he witnesses Naruto stab himself in the leg and successfully prevent the original 9 tails cloak from emerging. The struggle between Naruto and Sora continues. Asuma and Kazuma fight. Sai arrives, having Sekka to the hospital, and binds Kazuma with an ink snake. Kazuma breaks out of Sai's technique and charges Asuma but is killed. Naruto eventually reaches Sora, who manages to release the 9 tails chakra. However, the 9 tails chakra that is released begins to become in miniature 9 tails. This provokes Tsunade to head out and engage the beast. It soon becomes clear that the miniature 9 tails could not form without a human host, so it dissipated. eliminated. Sora then leaves the village to travel the world. Asuma and Shikamaru play shogi and discuss who the king of Konoha is. Elsewhere, two Akatsuki members, Hiden and Kakuzu, appear chasing the Two-Tails Jinchuriki, Akatsuki Suppression mission. Two newly introduced Akatsuki members, Hiden and Kakuzu, were chasing after the Two-Tails Jinchuriki, Yugito ni. Despite fully transforming into a two-tailed state, Hiden and Kakuzu defeated Yugito. After the battle, Hiden performed a gruesome religious ritual, greatly annoying Kakuzu, who was a money-obsessed bounty hunter. Zetsu appeared and took charge of Yugito, ordering the pair to proceed to the Land of Fire and the next target. Hiden and Kakuzu stopped by a nearby temple and killed the head monk, Chiriku, a former bodyguard for the Land of Fire's nobility. One monk managed to escape and informed Tsunade of the incident. Tsunade ordered Shizune to mobilize a new task force, the Niju Shotai. Asuma's group, consisting of himself, Shikamaru, Kotetsu Hagane, and Izumo Kamizuki, left for the temple. Asuma's team arrived at the ruins of the temple and realized that the Akatsuki pair had taken Chiriku's body to a bounty station. The team prepared to intercept the killers at the station, and a monk prayed for the team's safety. When the monk expressed concern for their safety, Asuma revealed that his bounty was 5 million ryo higher than Chiriku's. Meanwhile, Hiden and Kakuzu collected the bounty on Chiriku's head, turned over the corpse as proof. Elsewhere, Deidara, having regained his limbs and now paired with Tobi, confronted the Three Tails. Tobi acted strangely flippant before the battle with the immense aquatic beast. After subduing the monster, Tobi claimed he'd single-handedly won the battle, provoking another comedic attack from Deidara after commenting "Senpai, you talk a lot." After the encounter with Sasuke, Naruto realized that Sasuke was far too strong for him to possibly defeat. Kakashi revealed a special training method which took advantage of Naruto's high chakra. It involved the multiple shadow clone technique. Unlike an ordinary clone, a shadow clone passes back any experience he gains to the original. Naruto could create a comparatively large number of shadow clones, thus allowing him to train hundreds of times faster than a normal shinobi. Yamato also assisted Naruto's training by helping restrain the Nine Tails. Kakashi explained that there are 5 basic types of elemental chakra: fire, wind, water, lightning, and earth. He pulled out special cards which reacted differently to each person's chakra. It would burn for fire, split for wind, crumble for lightning, turn to dust for earth, and turn wet for water. Naruto flowed his chakra into the card and it split, indicated that he had an affinity for wind, a type that is very well suited for combat because of his ability to blow past anything and slice things to bits. Meanwhile, Asuma and Shikamaru were playing shogi. Shikamaru noticed that Asuma was playing differently from normal and asked if something was wrong. In describing things, Asuma described Shikamaru in terms of shogi as a knight, being weak in terms of power but having a unique style of movement which resembled Shikamaru in his flexibility and his thinking. Shikamaru then asked what piece Asuma resembled. Asuma answered that he was just a pawn. Shikamaru guessed that Hokage was the king, but Asuma told him that it wasn't, and that someday Shikamaru would understand. The first phase in the training was for Naruto and his clones to cut a leaf with his chakra. Naruto asked if there was anyone in Konoha that could give him advice, and Kakashi told him to find Asuma. Asuma gave Naruto a few pointers, using his trench knives as an example. They're made of metal that absorbs chakra, the effect of which is determined by the user's chakra nature. Asuma explained that wind chakra must be sharpened like a blade by splitting the chakra in two and bringing the parts together to form a tight edge. He demonstrated this by having Naruto toss a knife at a tree with him. Naruto was stuck in the tree while Asuma's went straight through it and pierced a rock. If he'd used his full chakra, the knife would have also gone through the rock. Using this advice, Naruto was able to completely split a leaf, but passed out after dispersing his clones. Kakashi warned him that this training was going to wear him down quickly, and that he needed rest for his next phase of training, slicing a waterfall in half. The next step in Naruto's training progressed slowly. When Naruto complained, Kakashi noted that even Sasuke had taken several days to learn to manipulate an element, while Naruto had done it in a few hours. By nightfall, Naruto still had managed to cut the waterfall. Naruto reflected on his fonder memories of Sasuke and decided to train through the rest of the night. By the next day, he and his clones were all able to cut the waterfall. Yamato was surprised by Naruto's progress, but Kakashi wasn't, since he understood how Naruto felt about Sasuke. Kakashi declared that they could finally move into the final stage of Naruto's unique technique creation. However, the constant training had exhausted Naruto once more. Kakashi immediately rushed to his side, concerned that he might have pushed Naruto too far this time. However, when Naruto moaned that he was hungry, Kakashi relaxed. After enjoying a meal at Ichiraku Ramen, Naruto was anxious to continue his training. Kakashi and Yamato explained nature manipulation and form manipulation to Naruto again. Kakashi reminded Naruto that until now, all the training had been shape manipulation, and that the Rasengan was an example of extremely advanced shape manipulation. By adding nature manipulation together with form manipulation, ninjas' powers can grow by leaps and bounds. However, this is an extremely difficult task. Even the 4th Hokage was unable to complete the Rasengan by combining nature and form manipulation. Kakashi believed that Naruto was the one who could do it. At the bounty station, Kakuzu explained to Zange that Hiden, an immortal, was the only ninja capable of surviving Kakuzu's indiscriminate attack strategies. This was the reason for their partnership, despite their ideological differences and dislike for one another. As Asuma's group moved towards the bounty station, Asuma explained that he and Chiriku both belonged to the 12 Guardian Ninja, and the relationship was akin to Shikamaru's relationship with Choji. Asuma stopped smoking because he needed no distractions if he was to fight Chiriku's killers. Naruto was again training with his clones, trying to infuse the Rasengan with wind chakra. Unfortunately, the jutsu consistently exploded, frustrating him to such degrees that a clone would start drawing upon the Nine Tails chakra. Yamato reversed the transformations, and Kakashi reminded him that success or failure rested on Yamato's ability to control the Nine Tails. At the bounty station, Asuma's team attacked Hiden. Izumo and Kotetsu stabbed him in the chest with their large kunai. However, Hiden was merely annoyed by the attack. Asuma's team quickly realized that Hiden could be killed by normal means. Kakuzu appeared and prepared to join the fight, but Hiden told him to stay out of it. Asuma proceeded to fight Hiden alone. Hiden managed to cut Asuma's cheek and lick the blood off his scythe as the latter used a fire jutsu. Hiden drew a seal behind him just as the technique hit. It burnt Hiden's robe, but he emerged unscathed. Instead, Asuma's right arm was badly burned. The damage meant for Hiden had somehow been turned back upon himself. Hiden had also physically transformed. His skin was black with white accents, giving him the appearance of a Grim Reaper. Hiden told Asuma that any pain he felt was transferred to Asuma. Since he was immortal, Hiden needed only to inflict a fatal wound on himself to kill Asuma. Luckily, Shikamaru caught Hiden in another shadow bind before he could do so. Kakuzu offered to help, but Hiden waved him off, claiming he could beat all 4 by himself. Going over every motion Hiden made to start the ritual, Shikamaru figured out his ability. He first needed to consume his opponent's blood and then stand within a ceremonial circle. Shikamaru explained that in order to save Asuma, that all he needed to do was move Hiden out of his circle. After Shikamaru tested this theory, he trapped Hiden with shadow sewing. Hiden asked Kakuzu to help him, but Kakuzu nonchalantly replied that he told Hiden to be careful. Asuma sliced Hiden's head off with his chakra blades, and it fell next to Kakuzu. Rather than killing Hiden as expected, the head started talking, scolding Kakuzu for allowing him to be decapitated. Hiden asked Kakuzu to bring him to his body, but Kakuzu grabbed his head instead, saying that it was lighter. Shikamaru fell from exhaustion as Hiden complained about the pain of being decapitated. Asuma, Kotetsu, and Izumo stood frozen in amazement, then plotted the next move. Kakuzu suddenly attacked Asuma and then grabbed Hiden's body. He reattached Hiden's head using threads from his arms. Kotetsu and Izumo attempted to strike Kakuzu, whose forearms extended, grabbing both of them by the throat. Meanwhile, Hiden jumped back into the circle, linking himself back to Asuma and dealt himself a fatal blow in order to kill Asuma. Asuma collapsed as his team looked on helplessly. Hiden reverted to his normal form as Kakuzu prepared to finish off the others. A flock of crows suddenly appeared, distracting the Akatsuki pair. Ino and Choji appeared to assist, in which they moved Shikamaru and Asuma to safer location as Raido Namiyashi and Aoba Yamashiro backed them up. Shikamaru sensed Asuma's pulse and told Ino and Choji to take him back to Konoha. Kakuzu wasn't willing to let a bounty like Asuma go, however, and Hiden was similarly unwilling to let his enemies live. But the Akatsuki leader contacted them telepathically and forced the pair to retreat, wanting to seal the 2 tails they had captured recently along with the 3 tails. Despite the timely rescue, Asuma's wounds were fatal. Asuma died, but not before smoking his last cigarette and sharing some final words with Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. Shikamaru lit another of his cigarettes, which he began to smoke himself. He tearfully mumbled that he hated cigarettes as they made his eyes water, a reference to when Team 10 first met their sensei. As Akatsuki commenced with sealing the 2-tailed beast, the leader explained their goals to Hiden and Tobi. Akatsuki's overall goal was world domination. To achieve that goal, the leader had set up a 3-step process to work their way to it. First, they planned to attain a large amount of money to support their organization. Second, they planned to set up a mercenary group loyal to no village. Because there hadn't been any wars in some time, they could convince smaller countries to hire them over the large asking prices of the 5 main villages. By using the tailed beast, they could start wars and then immediately quell them, convincing every country to depend on them and monopolizing the shinobi market. Finally, after they're the only major force of shinobi in existence, they could easily conquer the world. Team 10 returned to Konoha and informed Tsunade of what had happened. Tsunade sent out the message for the funeral to everyone, but Shikamaru had a message for Kurenai from Asuma, and would tell her what would happen himself. Naruto had nearly created the jutsu when they were informed of Asuma's death and rushed back to the village. Shikamaru told Kurenai the message, and she collapsed from grief. At the funeral, Konohamaru wept for his uncle while Naruto comforted him. Shikamaru didn't attend the funeral, and spent his time seemingly formulating a strategy and learning how to use Asuma's trench knives. He also picked up Asuma's smoking habit. The new 3-man Team 10 prepared to leave and continue Asuma's mission. However, Tsunade refused to let Team 10 go since they lacked a captain. Kakashi volunteered to temporarily fill the gap. The 4-man team headed off. Later in the woods, Shikamaru devised a new attack strategy that included Kakashi. About 3 days later, Sakura volunteered her team to back up Team 10. Tsunade told Yamato that Naruto had 24 more hours to complete his new jutsu, or she would send another team as backup. After Akatsuki finished sealing Sanbi and Nibi, Kakuzu and Hiden were allowed to leave. Realizing the likeliness of an ambush, Hiden and Kakuzu took another route. Ino used her mind-body switch technique on a crow in order to find the 2. Team 10 then went to ambush the Akatsuki. Shikamaru snuck his shadow near Hiden and Kakuzu, who both managed to jump out of the way. Shikamaru then threw 2 explosive kunai, followed by Asuma's chakra blades. Shikamaru poured his own chakra into the blades, allowing him to trap the 2 Akatsuki members with them. Shikamaru then used his shadow imitation to make Hiden attack Kakuzu. However, Kakuzu thought a step ahead and detached his arm, setting it underground. Just before Hiden's attack landed, Kakuzu freed himself with a detached arm. Just as the 2 were about to counterattack, Kakashi snuck up on Kakuzu and stabbed him through the heart with his lightning cutter. Kakashi then moved to finish off Hiden, but Kakuzu, somehow still alive, surprised Kakashi and knocked him back. Kakuzu then removed his shirt to reveal 4 masks. He then split his back apart and 4 beasts came out to fight for him. However, one of the beasts died immediately. This mask broke when he released it, as this was the one Kakashi had stabbed. It turned out that Kakuzu had a total of 5 hearts, 4 of which were stolen from the bodies of fallen shinobi, and the one that allowed him to use his earth element attack was his. Each heart prolonged Kakuzu's life and allowed him access to the heart's elemental affinity. Hiden then attacked Kakashi as a distraction, which allowed Kakuzu enough time to attack with a powerful gust of wind. He then fired 2 powerful bolts of lightning at Shikamaru and Choji, but Kakashi blocked it with a lightning cutter in each hand. He then attacked with fire, which was dodged by Team 10 and Kakashi. Shikamaru then decided to separate Hiden and Kakuzu from each other. Once again capturing Hiden with a shadow imitation technique, Shikamaru dragged Hiden to an isolated location rigged with booby traps. However, Shikamaru's chakra ran out, which freed Hiden from the technique. Hiden successfully attacked him and began the voodoo ritual. Kakuzu revealed that the first Konoha ninja he'd ever fought was the first Hokage. As Kakashi was about to be killed, Kakuzu grabbed his chest in pain. This was due to Hiden stabbing himself as part of his curse ritual. The blood he consumed was actually Kakuzu's. Hiden did not immediately realize what had happened, but Shikamaru attacked him to illustrate the point. However, Shikamaru was weakened from the extended use of his shadow technique and couldn't hold down Hiden for long. He watched Hiden advance to strike the final blow. Kakuzu continued battling Kakashi. However, as Kakuzu prepared to strike with his fire and wind combo attack, Naruto and Yamato intervened. Combining both Naruto's wind release Rasengan and Yamato's water release Tearing Torrent, they formed the Typhoon Water Vortex technique to block the attack. Kakashi, Ino, and Choji were relieved at Team Kakashi's arrival under Yamato's leadership. Yamato ordered Sai and Sakura to back up Shikamaru while Kakashi summoned Pakun to lead them. Naruto resolved to defeat Kakuzu on his own. Hiden failed to kill Shikamaru as the latter ensnared him with a shadow once more. Having prepared the area in advance, Shikamaru used his shadows to pull the explosive tags onto Hiden and then opened a deep pit beneath him. Hiden insisted that he would survive the attempt, even if only his head remained intact, and he would kill Shikamaru in turn. Shikamaru calmly explained that they were in his clan's land, and that his clan would keep Hiden buried for eternity. Lighting a cigarette, Shikamaru saw a vision of Asuma, who congratulated him before disappearing. Saying his last goodbye, Shikamaru tossed a lit cigarette at Hiden, igniting the explosive tags and causing a massive explosion. Hiden survived the explosion and insisted that he would bite Shikamaru to death, all while proclaiming that his god, Jashin, would punish Shikamaru. Shikamaru ignored the threats and tossed a kunai with explosive tags into the hole. The explosion caused the hole to cave in, burying Hiden in rubble. Meanwhile, Naruto began preparing an extremely powerful technique. Kakashi realized through a flashback that Naruto might indeed surpass the 4th Hokage. Naruto then used his wind-release Rasen Shuriken. Kakuzu was visibly concerned by the new technique. Kakuzu jumped into the air, but Naruto leapt behind him. Kakuzu was forced to sacrifice 2 of his hearts, and through that, he was able to shield himself against the attack using his Earth Element shield. However, this left him unable to move. Kakashi realized that Naruto had surpassed him and went to finish Kakuzu by stabbing the last heart. Team Kakashi and Team 10 returned, triumphant to Konoha. Shikamaru visited Asuma's grave with Kurenai, who had been revealed to be pregnant with Asuma's child. Later, while playing shogi with his father, Shikamaru commented that the identity of the King Peace was the next generation of Konoha ninja. Despite this revelation, he lost the game to his father. Three-Tails appearance. Orochimaru instructed Kabuto Yakashi along with Team Goran to take a young boy named Yukimaru to a lake. After they arrived, Kabuto forced Yukimaru to release all of his chakra, which caused the Three-Tails to begin to surface from the lake. With Goran's help, the beast was completely revealed, and they attempted to capture it. Their attempts proved insufficient, however, and the beast created a large tidal wave to wash attackers away. Tsunade finds the location of Orochimaru's hideout and sends Kakashi as a temporary leader of teammates to locate it. They engage a battle with Goran, and Shino sends back one of his crystallized bugs. Then Tsunade sends Yamato, Sai, and Sakura to help along with Naruto, who meets them along the way. Team Kakashi and Kurenai follow Goran and discover the thing they were after was the Three-Tails. Shizune, Ino, Tenten, and Lee are assembled to help with the hunt for the Three-Tails. They all meet up and split into 3 groups to seal the tail beast in its own dimension and get Yukimaru. The sealing group consists of Shizune, Hinata, Sakura, Ino, and the guarding group is Yamato, Tenten, Kiba, and Lee, and the fighting group is Naruto, Kakashi, Sai, and Shino. Team 3 tried to use the 4-corner sealing barrier to permanently trap the beast in his own dimension. Just as the sealing began to work, the Konoha ninja were interrupted by Goran, who prompted the beast to attack them all. Yukimaru was able to calm the beast down temporarily, but after became tired and the Three-Tails turned attention to him. Goran and Naruto came to his defense, but were swallowed in the process. With help of their allies on the outside, they were able to escape, and the Konoha ninja tried once again to seal the beast. Just when the sealing was almost complete, Yukimaru, angered by the apparent death of Goran, empowered the beast to break free its restraints. The Three-Tails went on a rampage, attacking everyone nearby and crushing Noari, Kagiri, and Kiho. Its attempts to attack Yukimaru, however, had no effect. It was only through the use of wind-released Todoya flame bullet that the beast was driven away. The sealing attempt was left to Anbu members, and the remaining Konoha ninja returned home. Deidara and Tobi of Akatsuki soon found these Anbu members and disposed of them. The beast's captures took place much earlier in the manga at the start of the Akatsuki suppression mission, but played out in much of the same ways in the anime. Tobi and Deidara confronted the beast, to which it responded by beginning to chase Tobi. With the Three-Tails distracted, Deidara molded an explosive clay fish in an attempt to devour it. It was unclear if this marked the end of the battle, as the remainder of the battle went unseen. As the two towed the Three-Tails to Akatsuki's lair after the battle, Tobi gloated at bringing the Three-Tails down with a special jutsu. But Deidara thought otherwise. It was later sealed in the sealing statue. Itachi pursuit mission. At Orochimaru's lair, a sick Orochimaru was confined to his bed. As Kabuto exited to get more medicine, a blade made a lightning chakra shot towards Orochimaru through the door. Orochimaru quickly blocked it with his arms and thought to himself that he did not recognize the shape manipulation, although the chakra itself seemed familiar. The blade belonged to Sasuke, who had stopped by to finish Orochimaru off before he left to take on Itachi. He claimed that he had nothing more to learn from Orochimaru and then continued by mocking him for wasting his power and time, which angered Orochimaru. Sasuke finished by expressing his utter disgust at Orochimaru for his horrific experiments, all just to become all powerful, as it reminded him of Itachi's hunger for power before attacking him directly. After pinning Orochimaru's arms to the wall, Sasuke attempted to deliver a finishing blow, forcing Orochimaru to abandon his body and reveal his true form, a composite serpent-like entity made up of small white snakes. Sasuke activated his Curse Seal level 2 and began to fight Orochimaru. He compared Orochimaru's ambitions to how a snake dreams of flying and told him how he'd only get that chance with the talons of a hawk, as he sprouted his Curse Seal wings. After he severed Orochimaru's head from his body, Sasuke believed he'd won. However, Orochimaru's poison paralyzed Sasuke, and the former then lunged at him, swallowing him whole. Sasuke found himself inside Orochimaru, the place where the body transfer technique took place. Orochimaru relived the flashback when he confronted Itachi while in Akatsuki. He found Sasuke's eyes to be similar to those of Itachi's on that day and anticipated taking possession of those eyes. However, Sasuke took over the dimension with his Sharingan and Cursed Seal and proceeded to turn the technique against Orochimaru. After the fight, Kabuto returned with the medicines but viewed a scene consisting of Sasuke standing over Orochimaru. Kabuto asked Sasuke to which one he was, to which Sasuke replied by showing Kabuto what had just happened. Sasuke stated he had merely taken over and left triumphantly. After defeating his mentor, Sasuke freed Suigetsu, whom Orochimaru imprisoned in a glass tank filled with water. Sasuke led Suigetsu to the Land of Waves to retrieve Zabuzamomochi's sword from his grave. Upon their arrival, Sasuke noticed the bridge that was being built during his time there as a Konoha Genin, which was now named the Great Naruto Bridge. Upon retrieving the sword, Suigetsu explained that he had trained under the 7 Ninja Swordsmen of the Mist, which his senior, Zabuza, had belonged to. With the sword, he claimed he might be able to beat Sasuke. After picking it up, they headed for the next target. In the anime, it turned out that the sword was not beside Zabuza's grave, and that a man named Tenzin had claimed for herself. Sasuke and Suigetsu asked the residents of the village where they could find him. Eventually, they discovered that he resided in a castle southeast of the village. Overnight, Sasuke intruded the castle and threatened Tenzin to prepare an army of over 1,000 men. The next day, Sasuke and Suigetsu prepared to invade the castle. Sasuke offered a wager with Suigetsu to whoever could retrieve the sword first. Suigetsu later suggested that this had merely been a chance for Sasuke to witness Suigetsu's abilities, which Sasuke neither confirmed or denied. After a successful attempt of retrieving the sword, they both departed their next target, Karin. After arriving at the base, Sasuke and Suigetsu met Karin, who sensed their arrival. Sasuke told Karin to join him, which surprised her. Sasuke replied that since Orochimaru was now gone, there was no need for her to continue to keep watch over the prisoners that she was currently guarding, and told an annoyed Suigetsu to free them. Karin relented, but still refused to go. Sasuke decided that he would have to find someone else. However, Karin had a quick change of personality and agreed to go if he really wanted her to. Suigetsu advised that they leave, since Karin clearly didn't want to go. When Sasuke said she had changed her mind, Kuririn put her glasses on after attempting to flirt with Sasuke, and denied this in a rather embarrassed manner, saying that she was coincidentally going the same way they were, at least for the moment. As the three made their way to the northern hideout, Kuririn explained that Sasuke's next target, Jugo, was the means behind Orochimaru's development of the cursed seals. When the group got there, prisoners infected with the cursed seal surrounded Sasuke's group. When Kuririn informed them that Jugo was not among the prisoners, Sasuke and Suigetsu disposed of them without killing them, as instructed by Sasuke. Having found the keys to Jugo's cell, Kuririn used her tracking ability to find him, misleading Suigetsu in the wrong direction while at it. At Jugo's cell, Kuririn unlocked the door, and Sasuke went in first. Jugo, who had decided that if the first person to open the door was a male, he would kill him, seemed delighted to see Sasuke and rushed in for the kill. Sasuke failed in his attempts to reason with Jugo. Jugo and Sasuke had a quick cursed seal battle before it was interrupted by the arrival of Suigetsu. Suigetsu then appeared to take over the fight, explaining that beating Jugo to a pulp was the only way to calm him. Jugo morphed his piston arm into a massive four-armed blade to deal with Suigetsu. After they ignored Sasuke's request to stop, Sasuke wrapped the two in summoned snakes and exuded an enormous amount of killing intent. Jugo's transformation receded, and he suddenly rushed back to his cell, demanding that they lock it. Kuririn explained that while the rage-driven Jugo might be violent and bloodthirsty, Jugo himself had no desire to harm anyone. Jugo finally agreed to go with Sasuke after hearing that Kimimaro, who was consistently able to stop Jugo's rage-driven rampages, had died to bring Sasuke to Orochimaru. With his team gathered and dubbed Hebi by Sasuke, Sasuke revealed their goal, to kill his brother Itachi. Suigetsu, who wanted to take Kisame's sword for himself, was willing to participate, as Kisame was currently partnered with Itachi. Kuririn, being enamored with Sasuke, also agreed to help, although she was unwilling to admit that her admiration was the reason. Suigetsu teased her about it, saying that he knew about something Kuririn did to Sasuke a while before. However, Kuririn punched Suigetsu in the face before he could reveal her secret. Finally, Jugo acquiesced to see how strong Sasuke was, believing that he was Kimimara's reincarnation. Sakura arrived at Naruto's home to tell him to wash up and get ready. They met up with Tsunade and Jiraiya, and Tsunade informed them of Orochimaru's death at Sasuke's hands, which Jiraiya's most trusted source had confirmed. Both Naruto and Sakura seemed very happy to hear that news, expecting that, now that Orochimaru was dead, Sasuke would finally return to Konoha. However, Jiraiya told them that was not exactly the case. In Konoha, Naruto and Sakura came to the same conclusion as Sasuke, reasoning that his desire for revenge would drive him to kill Itachi. Therefore, they decided that the simplest path to Sasuke was to find Itachi. As both teams resolved to find Itachi, both he and Kisame waited for the leader to contact them after capturing Roshi, the host of the Four Tails. Once they got into contact with their leader, Akatsuki went over the current deaths of Hiden, Kakazu, and Orochimaru, and Sasuke's new team. Knowing that Sasuke would potentially disrupt their plans, the leader warned everyone to be careful, especially Itachi and Kisame. In Konoha, Kakashi discussed the overall plan to find Itachi and Kisame. Since simply killing Itachi first would make finding Sasuke impossible, they needed to capture him. And for that purpose, Team Kakashi was run by Team 8. Meanwhile, Sasuke took his team to an old Uchiha outpost run by allies of the Uchiha clan in order to stock up on supplies. After Akatsuki finished stealing the Four Tails, Deidara and Tobi decided to either track down Kakashi and Naruto or go after Sasuke. As Deidara and Tobi searched for either of their two targets, the two teams split up. The Konoha ninja split into groups of three, one ninja and two of Kakashi's ninken. Naruto was accompanied by Hinata and Yamato due to Akatsuki's pursuit of him. Meanwhile, Sasuke's group split up to gather information on Akatsuki. As they searched, the ninken accompanying Sakura caught Sasuke's scent. Her search led her into a city, but she was unable to find Sasuke. As she walked through a crowd, the ninken commented on how the scent was moving away, just as Kuririn was walking past her. Kabuto revealed himself to Naruto's group and gave them a book that detailed everything they had learned about the Akatsuki. He thanked Naruto for inspiring him to find his own purpose in life and revealed that he had absorbed Orochimaru's remains into himself. About one-third of his body was now Orochimaru's. With it, he planned to become stronger than Orochimaru. After evading Naruto and Yamato, he explained that he needed to control Orochimaru's power, which was slowly taking over his body, after which he would come after Sasuke for killing Orochimaru. Elsewhere, Deidara and Tobi attacked Sasuke. Deidara attempted to attack from above using a bomb, but Sasuke used hidden shadow snake hands to wrap himself with the snake as a shield. Tobi also attempted an attack, but he was scared of Sasuke and fled from him. Deidara told Tobi he was to handle Sasuke, and tested him with small C1 spiders. Sasuke used Chidori Senbon to stop the bombs. He then jumped behind Deidara, who used a bomb to distance himself, but Sasuke managed to avoid the bomb. Realizing Sasuke's abilities were great, Deidara used C2 next, summoned a clay dragon as a battle partner. That dragon then regurgitated a cluster of landmines, to which Tobi said they were going with that. Sasuke attacked with Chidori Sharp Spear, but Deidara was out of range. While Sasuke was busy with Deidara, Tobi planted the latter's mines around the field. Deidara said he'd use C2 bomb after Sasuke, and he activated his Curse Seal level 2 to block the blast, at the cost of one of his wings. He shot two giant shuriken at Deidara. Deidara avoided them, but Sasuke attached wires to them. They impaled Deidara's arms against the dragon, and Sasuke flew up with his Chidori sword and severed one of the dragon's wings. Deidara fell to the ground towards his landmines, but subsequently destroyed the dragon. Tobi cried out for Deidara, but Deidara, who easily had dislodged the shuriken and was now safely atop one of his clay birds, told him to be quiet. He looked into Sasuke's Sharingan and remembered when he first saw the Itachi. He was once approached by Itachi, Kisame, and Sasori for a proposal. Deidara was chosen to be an Akatsuki, but refused, loving his position as a terrorist bomber, claiming his works as art and as invincible, and how their beauty came when they exploded. Sasori was interested in Deidara for being an artist and having guts, but claimed he was arrogant and could get himself killed quickly. Itachi decided to fight Deidara, claiming that if Itachi won, Deidara would join Akatsuki. If he lost, Deidara was free to go. Itachi shielded himself from Deidara's bombs with shadow clones, and after a short fight, finished him off with a Sharingan Genjutsu, making it seem like Itachi had gained control of Deidara's bombs and was about to finish Deidara with one. He stopped the Genjutsu and freed Deidara, but Deidara was still forced to join for his loss. As the battle between Sasuke and Deidara continued, Deidara used his C4, his most powerful bomb. It exploded and appeared to have killed Sasuke, but it was simply a Sharingan Genjutsu from Sasuke, the same one Itachi had used. Sasuke then appeared to have constricted him with one of his bombs, but the Genjutsu was dispelled by Deidara. As he revealed, his left eye could dispel Genjutsu, and since Sasuke had held back when using the technique, unlike Itachi, Deidara was able to dispel it. Deidara tried another C4 on Sasuke using his last bit of chakra and went to a safe distance, but Sasuke shielded it one last time with his Chidori current. He then jumped right next to Deidara and gave him a powerful punch to the face. Realizing Deidara was out of chakra and could not get up, Sasuke asked where Itachi was. Deidara did not answer and became enraged due to Sasuke being indifferent and uncaring towards his art. He then turned himself into a bomb in a suicide attempt to kill Sasuke. However, Sasuke summoned the snake Manda as a shield and teleported both of them with a technique at the cost of Manda's life. His team found him after seeing the explosion and he went with them to rest, explaining what had happened. After seeing the explosion, Naruto's team headed to it as Kiba tracked Sasuke's scent. Back with Hebi, Sasuke asked everyone what they had found about Itachi. Suigetsu and Karina had found nothing, but Jugo had communicated with the birds, and they were able to sense Akatsuki's chakra coming from one of their hideouts. They marked it a map. They decided to go to the most recently used one to find Itachi. Meanwhile, Itachi headed to an Uchiha hideout and sent 2 clones, one to find Naruto, the other to find Sasuke. As Naruto's team went to find Sasuke, Karine could sense that they were coming and informed Sasuke. Hebi then left and went to the Akatsuki hideout. Before that, Karine realized the team possessed scent trackers, and so she asked Jugo to have the bird tear up one of Sasuke's shirts, which had a very strong amount of Sasuke's scent on it, and scattered the pieces to throw off Naruto's team. It succeeded, and Kiba could no longer track Sasuke's scent. Naruto realized they needed to split up, and Naruto encountered Itachi's clone. Itachi claimed that he only wished to talk, but Naruto knew he needed to catch Itachi. Naruto created a shadow clone that attacked with a big ball or Sengon, but Itachi was a clone as well. The real Itachi caught Naruto in a Sharingan Genjutsu. In the illusion, Itachi asked why Naruto cared for Sasuke so much, to which Naruto claimed that Sasuke was like a brother to him and that he was more of a brother to Sasuke than Itachi was. When Itachi went in the offensive with his Genjutsu, Naruto dispelled it. Itachi then dispelled the clone, having run out of time to talk. The other clone encountered Sasuke at the Akatsuki hideout. After a short greeting, Sasuke attacked the clone with a Chidori sharp spear, but Itachi substituted himself with the shadow clone as a shield. Sasuke was then caught in the clone's Sharingan Genjutsu, but he easily dispelled it. Itachi then destroyed the clone, telling Sasuke to go to the nearby Uchiha hideout so they could end their dispute. Sasuke and the rest of Hebi go to the hideout. Sasuke encounters 2 of Naruto's shadow clones, who destroys them with the Chidori current punches. And the team continues on. Naruto figures out where Sasuke is, so Naruto's team goes in pursuit of him. Unfortunately, Naruto's team encounters Tobi. Naruto attempts 2 big ball Rasengan with shadow clones, but the attacks are absorbed by Tobi. Naruto's team then prepares to finish Tobi off. Meanwhile, Sasuke encounters Kisame, who tells Sasuke to continue on by himself since Itachi doesn't want interferences. Sasuke had no argument and left his team with Kisame. Suigetsu and Kisame then prepared to fight for the Samehara. Sasuke then went to the hideout and prepared to battle Itachi. The tale of Jiraiya the Gallant. Jiraiya told Tsunade that he was going to personally gather information regarding the Akatsuki in the most probable place, Amagakure. Seconds after Jiraiya successfully entered the village, he was detected by Pain. Wandering around the village, Jiraiya speaks with the inhabitants about their leader, Pain. Unsuccessful in gathering information, he captures 2 ninja of the village who tell him about their mysterious new leader Pain, who single-handedly defeated Hanzo, the former leader of Ame. Before acting further, Jiraiya summoned Garatora and instructed him to store himself in Naruto should anything happen to him, speculating that Madara Uchiha was responsible for the Nine-Tails attack on Konoha in the past. Meanwhile, Pain, knowing that an intruder has infiltrated the village, orders Konan to search for the intruder. She then transforms into multiple origami papers to seek the intruder out. She locates Jiraiya and informs Pain, who then changes bodies in a secret chamber. Konan then went ahead and attacked Jiraiya, who fought evenly matched with her for a short while. Jiraiya then spoke with his history with Yahiko and Nagato. When Pain arrives, they discuss Pain's personal ideology and Akatsuki's goals. Pain, who is convinced Jiraiya is to die anyways, reveals the reasoning behind his collecting the tailed beast, which was to create a kinjutsu which could wipe away entire nations, so the world could mature and develop aversion from war. Finishing their talk, Pain summons a crustacean to attack Jiraiya, who defeats it and summons Gamaken. Having no choice left, Jiraiya and Gamaken begin their battle against Pain. Camouflaging himself, Pain summons multiple creatures to defeat Jiraiya. Realizing that he's up against a powerful foe, Jiraiya uses a barrier and prepares to enter Sage Mode. Due to the predicament Gamaken has, he sustains deep wounds from the battle. As Jiraiya has his technique ready to use, Gamaken leaves the battle and enters Sage Mode after summoning Fukusaku and Shima. Jiraiya soon finds Pain, who summons 2 of his other paths to enter the battle. Jiraiya blinds one of the new Pains with a kick to the face, and Fukusaku suspects that all 3 Pains share the same eyes and vision after they countered all their attacks, while Jiraiya realizes that each of the bodies has only one specific purpose. Jiraiya stalls for time while Fukusaku and Shima prepare a powerful genjutsu to defeat the bodies and are successful in doing so. Jiraiya had a flashback to when he met the Toad Sage, who had told him that he'd be a pervert, travel the world, write a book, and would train the destined child who would either save or destroy the world. Leaving the bodies behind, another Pain attacked Jiraiya from behind and severed his arms off. Being confronted with the full attendance of the 6 paths of Pain, Jiraiya was able to discover that all of Pain's bodies belonged to ninja he once knew, amongst them being his old student, Yahiko, functioning as Pain's Diva Path. With this information, Jiraiya was able to discover the truth, but his throat was crushed by the Asura Path, before he was stabbed with the other 6 paths of Pain. Pinned back to the ground, Jiraiya was unable to tell Fukusaku what he had learned. As Jiraiya lay dying, he remembered a conversation they had with Minato and Kushina about how they wanted to name their son after the character in his book, thereby making him Naruto's godfather. Remembering this, forced himself back to life with his own willpower, and he writes a message on Fukusaku's back. Thinking to himself, he decides that Naruto was the child of prophecy and that it was up to him to decide his future. The Asura Path then shot his fist at Jiraiya, and Fukusaku destroyed the slab of concrete that Jiraiya was lying on. Jiraiya then drifted into the water to his death while thinking about what he'd name his next book. He then decided to name it The Tale of Naruto Uzumaki, and said it had a nice ring to it. Meanwhile, Pain deduced that Jiraiya was dead, but Fukusaku had gotten away. Fated battle between brothers. Sasuke arrived at the Uchiha hideout and confronted Itachi. The battle began with both of them seemingly using taijutsu, soon ending with Sasuke cornering Itachi and deciding to ask him one last question before killing him off. Sasuke asked, "Who is he?" Sasuke recalled when Itachi had said that 3 of the Uchiha clan would have the ability to use a Mangekyo Sharingan, including himself, if Sasuke would be able to awaken his. Itachi explained that the person who had assisted him when he murdered the entire clan was none other than Madara Uchiha, one of the founders of Konoha, and revealed that one of the purposes of the Mangekyo Sharingan was to control the nine-tailed demon Fox, which he had done 16 years ago when it attacked Konoha. He also revealed that once the Mangekyo Sharingan was activated, it would progressively lead to blindness. Itachi referred to Madara as the founder of Akatsuki and his mentor. It turned out that Sasuke and Itachi's battle so far had been pure genjutsu. Itachi finally activated his Mangekyo Sharingan and revealed that the only way to stop the blindness was to take the eyes of another Sharingan user. He stated that this was the reason that he had left Sasuke alive, and why he had pushed him to become stronger. After a flashback of his childhood, Sasuke stated, "Finally, it all ends here." During their talk, Zetsu watched Hiden from the ceiling and his halves began to comment in the battle. After securing him in place with a shadow clone, Itachi then proceeded to rip out Sasuke's eyes. It was revealed that the whole fight so far had been a genjutsu, namely Itachi's Tsukiyomi, which Sasuke had overcome. Sasuke shortly lectured Itachi about the tools of a ninja and how a tool is only as powerful as the ninja who used it. Itachi told Sasuke he would make his dream of ripping out his eyes a reality and readied the Amaterasu. Itachi and Sasuke both used the Great Fireball technique, and Sasuke held a slight advantage until Itachi used Amaterasu, which burnt out Sasuke's fireball immediately and melted through his remaining cursed seal level 2 wing, as well as scorching his body. Itachi prepared to rip the eyes out of the half-burned Sasuke, but the corpse was shown to be an empty shell left behind, and the real Sasuke had dropped into the floor below. He used a new ninjutsu named Fire Release Great Dragon Fire Technique from down below. Itachi dodged, but it still burnt his arm. Soon it began to rain, and Sasuke said that his new technique was unavoidable. Zetsu continued watching the fight, narrating their movements and adding background and mysterious moves. Sasuke charged his final technique, Kirin. A huge creature made of lightning appeared, fueled by the Great Dragon Fire technique, which had dumped a huge amount of residual heat into the upper atmosphere, and Sasuke's chakra remained suspended in a usable form, changing with the atmosphere from a simple fire chakra into a bolt of lightning characterized in the same form as the earlier Great Dragon Fire technique, but cast instead from lightning. Sasuke hit Itachi, who appeared to be dead. Itachi was then shown to be alive somehow, and revealed a third Mangekyo technique, Susanoo, which pulled out the legendary sword of Totsuka. Giant snakes suddenly appeared at Sasuke. One of them revealed Orochimaru inside of his mouth. Sasuke, having used up nearly all of his chakra in fighting Itachi, could no longer suppress Orochimaru, who had been inside of Sasuke since his failed attempt at taking over his body. The snakes were all killed, and Orochimaru was stabbed by the sword of Totsuka, sealing him in an eternal dream state. And the remains were subsequently sucked into the sake jar that the sword of Totsuka was sheathed in. Itachi then asked Sasuke if that was all he had. Sasuke then proceeded to attack Itachi, again ending in a futile attempt as all his attacks were reflected by another effective Susanoo, the Yada Mirror, which reflected all attacks directed at Itachi. Sasuke was knocked back down by his own attacks and laid on the ground. Itachi seemed to be invincible when Susanoo began to fade. Itachi walked towards his brother, seeking his eyes. When Itachi reached Sasuke, he poked Sasuke's forehead, saying, "I'm sorry, Sasuke, there won't be a next time," a reference to his constant unfulfilled promises to train Sasuke in their youth. Itachi then died of exhaustion. Zetsu figured that Itachi must have been injured before the battle started, also noting that Itachi was unable to dodge attacks he normally would have been able to. Sasuke then smiled and closed his eyes before collapsing himself, as Itachi's Amaterasu continued to burn around them. Meanwhile, Naruto and the other members of the 8-man squad continued to fight Tobi. Shino attacked with his bugs and even managed to completely swarm Tobi with them. Tobi escaped from the swarm unharmed, however. Zetsu arrived to tell him that Sasuke had won the battle and that Itachi was dead. This was no surprise to Tobi. Zetsu said that Sasuke was probably dying as well. Just before Tobi and Zetsu left, Kakashi noticed Tobi's Sharingan. Kakashi commented on this while Tobi and Zetsu fled to the battle site. Hinata saw storm clouds and the flames of Amaterasu with their Byakugan. Naruto and the group pursued them. Meanwhile, Tobi and Zetsu reached Sasuke. Tobi told Zetsu to take Itachi's corpse. Naruto's team reached the flames, and Yamato used Earth Release, Earth Flow Divide to create a path through it. Naruto became angry when he realized that they were too late. Sasuke woke up in a large room. Tobi appeared from the shadows and said that he would tell Sasuke the truth about Itachi. He then began to take off his mask. As Tobi's, whose true identity is none other than Madara, Sharingan was shown, Sasuke's Sharingan was turned into a Mangekyo Sharingan. His eyes bled and Amaterasu appeared around Tobi. Tobi said that Itachi had implanted his abilities into Sasuke and that it activated as soon as Tobi's Sharingan was shown. Tobi then said that Itachi had done this to kill Tobi, to protect Sasuke. Sasuke didn't believe him and yelled at Tobi to go away. Tobi then began to tell Sasuke the secret about how Itachi had tried to protect the village as well as Sasuke, but for things to make sense he would have to go back before the founding of Konoha. At the time, there were many clans that existed, and the Uchiha clan was one of the strongest, only rivaled by the Senju clan with whom they constantly battled. Madara was noticed as the leader of the Uchiha clan because of his powerful chakra, but as Itachi said before, Madara plucked out his brother Izuna's eyes so he could gain an eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. In order to end their fighting, Hashirama Senju, the leader of the Senju clan, decided to make a peace offering with the Uchiha, which ended up forming the village of Konoha. Madara became infuriated when Hashirama became the first Hokage because he feared that the Uchiha clan would be put down. But the Uchiha did not believe their leader's warning, so Madara decided to abandon his own clan and defect from Konoha. Madara used the power of his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan to take control of the Nine Tails to take his revenge, and battled Hashirama, which tore up the landscape, and this land would eventually be called the Valley of the End, the same place where Sasuke battled Naruto before he left Konoha. At the end of the battle, Madara lost control of the Nine Tails, and everyone, even the Uchiha and Hashirama, believed that Madara had died. Afterwards, little by little, the Uchiha clan began losing their powers, the village recognized the Senju clan more, and everything Madara had warned his clan about was beginning to come true, when the final straw occurred. 16 years ago, the Nine Tails attacked Konoha, and due to the Uchiha's reputation back when Madara controlled the Nine Tails against his fight against Hashirama, the leaders of Konoha believed that the Uchiha were responsible. Itachi was ordered by the elders of Konoha to annihilate the Uchiha because they were planning a coup d'etat against Konoha, and Itachi had done this because he detested war and wanted to maintain Konoha's stability. When Itachi was not even 4 years old, he had seen the bloodshed of the Third Shinobi War, which had caused him to develop a pacifist nature. Coincidentally, Tobi was attempting to destroy Konoha when he encountered Itachi, so Itachi made a deal. If he were to help Itachi wipe out their clan, Madara must leave Konoha alone, which Madara accepted. Sasuke began to believe that Tobi was the real bad guy because Itachi said that Madara was controlling the Nine Tails every move. But Madara denies his involvement, and Itachi only said that because he did not want Sasuke to trust Madara. This triggered a flashback to moments before Itachi's death, revealing that he was not seeking his brother's eyes, but in his final stance with Sasuke had poked him on the forehead, as he did in Sasuke's childhood, and smiled at him. After this, Sasuke joined back up with Hebi and his new Mangekyo Sharingan. He told the group that they would be called Taka from now on, and that their goal was the complete and utter destruction of Konoha. After the failed mission to find Sasuke or Itachi, Naruto remembered his encounter with Itachi. Itachi asked Naruto why he insisted on saving Sasuke, who didn't want to be saved, and Naruto replied that he was more of a brother to him than he ever was. Satisfied with his answer, Itachi departs, but not before performing a technique on Naruto, to prepare him for the chance that Sasuke attacks Konoha. Soon after, Naruto is called to the Hokage office where he's told by Fukusaku that Jiraiya was killed in Amagakure by pain. Naruto, devastated, left to mourn, while Tsunade, who was equally hurt, had the decoders decode Jiraiya's dying message on Fukusaku's back. Devastated and unable to focus even after encouraging words from Irika Umino, Naruto was taken by Shikamaru Naruto to the hospital to see a pregnant Kurenai Yuhi, whose child Shikamaru will instruct. Shikamaru reminded Naruto that there will come a time where all their masters will be gone and they'll be the new masters of the new students. With this in mind, Naruto opts to help the decoders decode the message, and saw that the message was written in Jiraiya's unique, if somewhat sloppy, katakana script. With this knowledge, they discover Pain's secrets is that the real one isn't there. After deciphering the code, Fukusaku asked that Naruto come with him to learn Senjutsu like Jiraiya. After a reverse summon sent Naruto and Fukusaku to Mount Myoboku, the two began the difficult Senjutsu training. The training required Naruto to first be completely still as to allow himself to mold the natural chakra surrounding him. To speed up the process, a special frog oil was smeared on Naruto that would allow him to use natural chakra, but at a higher risk of turning into a toad statue. After several days to weeks, Naruto successfully learned how to remain perfectly still in order to mold enough natural chakra to enter Sage mode, and even trained himself in secret to master his wind release Rasen Shuriken. However, when it came to learn Sage Art Amphibian technique to allow Shima and Fukusaku to gather the natural chakra while in combat, the nine-tailed demon fox prevented the fusion, requiring Naruto to come up with an alternative method of entering Sage mode in battle. Meanwhile, Sasuke decided not to take Itachi's eyes to awaken his internal Mangekyo Sharingan, opting to restore their clan his own way. Tobi ordered Taka to find the Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails, Killer Bee of Kumagakure. They find him at the Valley of Clouds and Lightning and begin a battle. Taka proves to be a challenge to Bee, and he proceeds to go all out. Six Tails Unleashed. When Hotaru and her guardian Tonbi are being attacked at their mountaintop fort, she and Utakata escape with En no Gyoja's secret Kenjutsu, while Tonbi tries to hold off the attackers, but was easily defeated, and the attackers, the Magaki group, go after them. Team Yamato are assigned by Tsunade to go and protect Hotaru on her way to the Tsuchigumo village. When the team finds the fort, they saw Tonbi, who has been viciously attacked by the four-man bandits. Sakura stays and heals Tonbi, while Naruto, Sai, and Yamato follow Utakata and Hotaru. Naruto catches up to Utakata and Hotaru, and Utakata attacks Naruto with some of his soap bubble ninjutsu. After Utakata learned that they're not attackers, he entrusts the protection of Hotaru to them. Utakata's past is explained, including a vision of his master attempting to draw out his tailed beast. Hotaru refuses to let the Konoha ninja escort her to the Tsuchigumo clan's secret village. Sai then tricks her into thinking that giant leeches are falling on her, and she begs Naruto for protection. When they reach the hidden village, Naruto leaves the village with a suspicious feeling because of the way that the villagers looked at Hotaru. Utakata also starts fighting the Magaki group and starts to gain the upper hand easily, but then they trap him in a lightning release barrier that implodes. Hotaru's uncle betrays her to the Magaki group, but when they think that they have found the hidden scroll, it turns out to be a bomb. Hotaru escapes, and she meets up with Utakata in the forest. He faces off against the bandits again and quickly flees. After Utakata escaped with Hotaru, the bandits were confronted by their leader, Shiranami. He showed them that Utakata was a missing nin from Kirigakure with a bounty of 50 million ryo. Akaboshi asked their leader what they should do, and he began to muse about it. When Hotaru and Utakata were alone, Utakata was about to leave Hotaru again, but Hotaru, trying to convince him to leave her alone, partially took off her chute, showing him something wrapped up on her back that shocked him. All of a sudden, the Kirigakure Anbu found Utakata and wrapped him up with their water release, water whip technique, and began subduing him with their lightning release, electromagnetic murder. The captain revealed to Hotaru, who was holding hostage, that Utakata was in their bingo book and was wanted for killing his master. Naruto and his team arrived and managed to loosen one of the water whips holding Utakata. Both parties began to fight, but the leader of the Kirigakure Anbu appeared and discussed the situation with Yamato. Due to Hotaru's insistence to be with Utakata, it was agreed that Utakata stayed with Team Yamato so they wouldn't hunt him down until he was safe, but afterwards they resumed tracking Utakata down. Tsurugi, the leader, asked Utakata to return to Kirigakure, saying that the village changed, no longer earning the nickname of the village of the Bloody Mist. Utakata refuses and says that he will continue doing as he pleases. As the groups part ways, Hotaru begins hurting from an injury sustained during the earlier altercation. Utakata has Naruto collect medicinal herbs. When Naruto returns, he witnesses what was done to Hotaru's back, where her clan's Kenjutsu was put. Utakata voices his absolute disdain for people who selfishly take advantage of people's loyalty only to treat them as tools. Everyone is shocked to learn that Hotaru actually requested for the technique to be sealed in her, after she explained that she wanted her grandfather's dream to restore the clan's glory to come true. When Tonbi voiced his sorrow that now the clan had probably lost too much strength to ever return to such a status, he suggested that they end the potential danger of Kenjutsu by destroying it. Utakata was surprised that Hotaru's grandfather created a way to safely remove from Hotaru's body. When Tonbi insisted that no true master would do such horrific things without a way to undo them, Utakata wondered if the same was true for his master. Utakata resolved to find Tsurugi again and learn some answers about his late master. Hotaru initially refused the idea to destroy the Kenjutsu, fearing that it would make all of her grandfather's efforts for nothing. But Utakata made her see that she couldn't restore the clan with such a destructive technique. While willing to accept this decision as a final act, she offered one other possible solution, to search for a man named Shiranami, who is an immensely gifted ninja who studied En no Gyoja's teachings and would be of great help. It was then decided that Naruto would attempt to find the man in 2 days, while preparations for removing the Kenjutsu were made. When Naruto Uzumaki sought out Shiranami, the Magaki leader, who believed that the latter was an ally, the Magaki group ambushed Naruto and used Infinite Embrace to drain his chakra. While Chushin beat Naruto, Benten almost revealed their plan before Akaboshi silenced him. Angered at being deceived, Naruto unleashed the Nine Tails chakra and broke out of the Infinite Embrace. Though shocked at Naruto's strength, the Magaki used their infinite multiple embraces to crush Naruto. Much to their shock, however, Naruto was still able to resist, but not for long. Later, to Hotaru's dismay, Utakata suddenly leaves. Not wanting him to leave her, Hotaru goes off to find him. Along the way, she runs into Shiranami himself. He sympathizes with Hotaru's loneliness and desire to restore their clan. After being convinced not to destroy the technique, she decides to write a message to Utakata. However, Shiranami reveals his true colors and knocks out Hotaru, taking her back to the Tsuchigoma village. When Utakata is unable to find Tsurugi, he finds Hotaru's messenger bird with a note for him. While it is from Hotaru saying that she found Shiranami, Utakata is still at unease, feeling something is wrong. He goes to the location Hotaru wrote and finds that Shiranami is actually the leader of the bandits who trapped Naruto in a Fuinjutsu. Utakata then uses his tail beast chakra to scare the bandits and make them run. Afterwards, he and Naruto track Shiranami back to Hotaru's village, where it's discovered that Shiranami took control of the villagers with this technique. The villagers attacked Utakata and Naruto, and they were also confronted by the Magaki group. Just before things got worse, the rest of Team Yamato arrived while hunting for Hotaru. Yamato, Sai, and Sakura were fighting the villagers and the Magaki group, while Naruto and Utakata were trying to save Hotaru from Shiranami. In the end, Naruto and Utakata managed to save Hotaru, and Team Yamato parts ways with Hotaru and Utakata. Hotaru and Utakata decide to leave Hotaru's village and travel around while Utakata trained Hotaru to make her stronger. Before they begin, Utakata decides that he wants to confront the Kirigakure Anbu unit and tells Hotaru to stay behind. He attempts to make contact but is unable to do so. He soon discovers the mask of one of the Anbu units that was left behind. After discovering the mask, he reaches the conclusion that the Kiri Anbu were killed, and Utakata is confronted by Akatsuki member Pain, who appears to be the one behind the attack. Pain tells him he's here to capture the Six Tails. Utakata puts up a fight, but in the end he is captured by Akatsuki. Pain's assault. Killer Bee easily disarms Suigetsu Hozuki and defeats Jugo with Suigetsu's own sword. Sasuke challenges him alone, and despite him using his Bankakyo Sharingan, Killer Bee is able to fatally injure Sasuke twice. First when he was stabbed multiple times by Killer Bee's swords, from which he was saved by sucking Karin's chakra, and later by a hit from a three-tailed Killer Bee's lightning release lariat, blowing open his chest, which Jugo restored, infusing his own flesh in Sasuke's body. Annoyed, Killer Bee fully transformed into the Eight Tails. Suigetsu tried to blow Killer Bee away with a giant wave, but was easily repelled by a tailed beast ball. Out of desperation and seeing Taka resemble his former team, Sasuke used Amaterasu to stop the giant ox. Sasuke cut off one of the beast's tentacles when it almost crushed Karin, but she was hit by another one, igniting her with Matarasu. Sasuke managed to put out the flames on her and Killer Bee. After collecting the injured and their captive, Sasuke and Jugo head back to Akatsuki's base. When Sasuke delivered Killer Bee to Tobi, he informed him that his true intentions were not to destroy Konoha's elders, but the entire village, for making the Uchiha destroy themselves, vowing to destroy anyone who gets in his way. His task completed, Sasuke departs to a hideout, not knowing that they were being followed by Kumon and Jay. When he was discovered, he was attacked by Taka before he could retreat. During the sealing of the Eight Tails, which was taking longer due to losing most Akatsuki members, Killer Bee's body turns back into a tentacle. Killer Bee, still at the battlefield, climbs out of a tentacle at the bottom of the lake, relieved that Akatsuki kidnapped him and allowed him a chance to leave the village. The Eight Tails cautions that Akatsuki will still be pursuing him and asks why Bee used up nearly all of his energy going all out, to which Bee responds that he got carried away because Sasuke is one of the strongest opponents he ever faced. Upon reaching Konoha, Pain discussed the battle plans for the invasion. The Asura Path, Preta Path, and New Animal Path will act as diversions, while the Diva Path, Naraka Path, Human Path, and Konan interrogated villagers in the whereabouts of Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed Demon Fox, either through mind reading or threat of death. Once preparations were complete, the Asura Path threw the Animal Path into the village where it summoned the other 6 paths of pain, and the invasion began. Because Konoha only expected one invader, multiple points of attack made it difficult for Konoha to react. The 5th Hokage called for Naruto to return to the village to aid its defense, but the messenger told Kosuke was killed by Danzo before he could leave, to prevent Akatsuki a chance of capturing the Nine Tails, as well as in the hope that Tsunade would lose her position in the attack. Meanwhile, Tsunade remained at the Ninja Academy to summon and use Katsuyu to heal any villager who was injured during the attack. Kakashi Hatake engaged with the Diva Path, who was quickly backed up by the Asura Path. Choza and his team of shinobi along with his son Choji Akamichi came to Kakashi's aid, and discovered that the Diva Path's unique gravity manipulation had a 5-second window. Despite discovering the secret and the Asura Path defeated, Choza along with his team were critically wounded and Kakashi incapacitated, leaving only Choji to deliver the information to Tsunade. Konohamaru Sarutobi engaged and defeated the Naraka Path, while Sume and Kiba Inuzuka engaged the Preta Path. As the invasion continued, Konan interrogated several Konoha shinobi on Naruto's whereabouts. However, by this time, Naruto had earned the respect of every single Konoha shinobi to the point that not one shinobi is willing to give away Naruto's location and would rather be killed. One such shinobi told Konan to go to hell with a smile on his face, despite the hopeless situation he was in. As the Diva Path confronted Tsunade to question her about Naruto, Shizune, Inoichi, and Ino Yamanaka discovered the secret of Pain's 6 paths. The black receivers planted into the body Jiraiya sent back revealed that each body was merely an animated corpse powered by chakra, and that Pain's real body was elsewhere. As Shizune summarized their analysis, the human path found and read her mind, discovering Naruto was at Mount Myoboku. Upon finding out, and angered by Tsunade's perceived lack of pain, the Diva Path recalled Konan and the other 5 paths out of the village, where he detonated a powerful Shinra Tensei, destroying most of the village. Having got word of Pain's attack, the Toads at Mount Myoboku prepared for the counterattack. Shima, who was in Konoha at the time, was told to prepare a reverse summoning to bring Naruto, Fukasaku, Gamabuta, Gamaken, Gamahira, and Gamakichi to Konoha, moments after the Shinra Tensei leveled the village. After using the Naraka Path to repair the destroyed Asura Path, the animal was launched back into the village and resummoned the rest of the paths back to the village to fight the Jinchuriki. Using his newly learned Senjutsu techniques and a perfected wind-release Rasen Shuriken, Naruto saved Tsunade and handily defeated the Asura, human, animal, and Naraka paths, before the Diva Path regained enough strength to fight on its own again. When he was finally caught and held by the energy-absorbing Preta Path, Naruto used the Senjutsu chakra to disrupt the Preta Path's chakra flow, turning it into a frog statue before finally facing the Diva Path, Pain's last and most often used body. Pain quickly dispatched the other Toads and gained the upper hand, killing Fukusaku in the process. Using another gravity manipulation technique to grab and immobilize Naruto, Pain then pinned him to the ground with his chakra disruption blades in order to take him away. Before departing, Naruto asked Pain why he'd done everything, to which Pain replied that the world would never have the peace Jiraiya fought for because the world was too full of hatred and therefore the only way to create world peace was through force. By using the tailed beasts, Pain planned on making a weapon strong enough to destroy a country, and the fear of that weapon would prevent more fighting. Shikamaru and Nara, having survived the destruction of Konoha, met with the Yamanaka group carrying Shizune's body. When they were told what information she knew, Shikamaru concluded that Pain's real body was somewhere close to the village, at a high enough place where he could send his chakra across a large enough distance to control the 6 paths with no difficulty. As Pain was describing his quest for world peace, his true body, Nagato, emaciated and with several chakra blades sticking out of his back, was shown in his and Konan's hiding place, a makeshift tree on a high mountain close to the village. Hinata Hyuga came to his rescue after confessing her love for Naruto, but was quickly struck down and critically wounded. Believing that Pain had killed her, Naruto lost control of his anger and slipped into his 6 tails transformation. The first Hokage's necklace reacted to this and tried to suppress Naruto's 9-tailed chakra, but was removed and destroyed. With the 9 tails that controlled Naruto's body, it fought and overwhelmed Pain, causing him to retreat from the village in order to get close enough to Naruto to use Jubaku Tensei. With the 9 tails controlling Naruto and Pain out of the village, Sakura Haruna ordered all those who could help to tend to the wounded and for a team including herself to help the critically wounded Hinata. Team Guy, who was returning from a mission, passed the injured Gamabunta, who informed them that Konoha was in danger. Elsewhere, Yamato, who was with Sai and Anko Midarashi on a mission hunting Kabuto Yakashi, sensed that Naruto had released 6 of the 9 tails and headed back to stop Naruto. While still being pursued by the 9 tails, Pain, through the great strain of Nagato, used the Jubaku Tensei to create a giant miniature moon in an attempt to capture the 9 tails. During this time, Naruto, locked in his own subconscious and lost in despair, called up for help to a response of Pain's visions of peace. In the end, while the apparently evil Pain had a plan to deal with the hatred of the world, Naruto did not. Taking advantage of his pain, the 9 tails convinced Naruto to destroy everything in the world by releasing the seal. This caused the seal to distort. Despite the strength of the miniature moon, the distorted seal allowed the 8th tail to grow, partially breaking free of the sphere. In his mind, just as he was about to remove the seal and release the 9th tail, Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage, appeared and spoke with Naruto. Minato revealed to Naruto that he was his father, and he sealed the 9 tails into him because he too felt the 9 tails was forced to come to Konoha, and believed a masked being within Akatsuki was behind the attack. After easing Naruto's fears that he couldn't change the world, Minato repaired the seal and sent Naruto back to finish his battle with Pain. With the 9 tails chakra suppressed, Naruto and Pain resumed their battle, with Naruto tricking Pain into using a Shinra Tensei on dozens of shadow clones, giving Naruto enough time to strike him with a Rasengan during the 5-second window. The last body of Pain was defeated, and Naruto used its black receivers to track down and confront Nagato himself. Having reached the makeshift tree, Naruto asked Nagato why he hated Konoha, and what had made him the way he was. Nagato, still wanting to know Naruto's reply to his question, answered with 2 stories. The first was how his parents were killed during the Second Shinobi World War, which led to the activation of his Rinnegan. The second he began with how he met his friends, Konan and Yahiko, the boy whose body would later become the Diva Path. Yahiko had revealed to the small makeshift family that he wanted to rule the world to stop the world's wars. After their dog Chibi was killed by an explosive tag as collateral damage from the Sanin's battle with Salamander Hanzo, Yahiko declared he wouldn't just rule the world but would become a god, a dream that sparked the same desire in Nagato. Nagato then revealed how Yahiko approached Jiraiya to